James Harden part of things, I for the life of me can't solve this mystery. It's a game seven now that he's lost with four different teams. I understand it's a team effort, but in those particular games, he doesn't necessarily tend to shine. He didn't speak with the media again after this one. I don't like when some sort of a reputation really comes to fruition over and over again, Lou. I think we all thought maybe this was the one. He snaps out of it. Can you explain what it is about James Harden in these moments?
It's hard. It's hard to explain. I thought with everything that's going in his career, Game Seven's not going his way. Having the reputation that he's had in the playoffs, I thought this was gonna be the coming out party where he put a lot of those narratives and storylines to bed. I thought this was gonna be the game, and instead he added to it. He didn't have a lot of presence. With turnovers. Yeah, he had some assists. He had 11 assists in his game, 13 assists in his game. But you can't just have 8 shots. Like if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out guns blazing, especially if I'm James Harden and I have the tools that I have to score the basketball the way that I do. I'm one of the most dangerous scorers in the league, and I only take 8 shots in a deciding game. Like I would have had 8 shots in the first quarter if I was James Harden. Like, if this is gonna go this way, it's gonna be in my hands. It's gonna be in Kawhi Leonard's hands, and we're gonna live and die with the results of your 2 best players playing the way that they did. Like even Derrick Jones had more shot attempts than James. Like that's just unacceptable if you're James Harden at this stage of your career. You have to use your scoring ability as your most dangerous tool, and he just goes away from it. I don't know how to explain it at this point.
Yeah, Bogdanovich took more shots than him. Like that's the only thing I don't. First of all, I don't like the not doing the media thing, and I don't want to just sit here and roast
Don't
James
love it.
Harden. He's a Hall of Fame player. He's unbelievable. One of my favorite teammates I've ever played with. The game 7 is a mystery. I'm with Lou. I'm at least going down swinging. I am taking early. I'm being aggressive. I am almost doing too much, just imposing my will and my offensive talents on a game. Again, the 7 games, you know exactly what's happening. You know the sets. This is when James Harden has to go rogue and be aggressive and go have that explosive 35, 40-point game and do what he does. So I hate the no media. If you're going to play bad, if you're going to, whatever, you're going to lose game 7. I know emotions are high. You're frustrated. You got to own it. You got to talk to me. You got to be a professional. But the 8 shots, again, that to me is just the issue. You have to be more aggressive with a team that's kind of older, more experienced. He's been there before. Again, he's an all-star. He had a great year. He was an all-star this year. Like, I don't want to downplay his season this year. But again, another game 7 where the franchise and the team needs him the most, you only take 8 shots. That's a problem. And again, he's 35, 36 years old. We don't know how many more opportunities like this he's going to have. And the only thing he's missing really on his resume is a championship. So I would have thought, obviously, he's aware of that. He knows that. I would just like to see him be more aggressive, man, and kind of get downhill, get to the free throw line, impose what you do probably better than anybody we've ever seen in the NBA. Do that in game 7 when it matters. And he didn't, and it's needed him to do it.
You make a great point right there, Chandler. Like, he shot 2 free throws in this game. You had a rule changed for you. That should tell you how dangerous you are with the basketball. They changed a free throw rule for you. So if this thing's not going my way, at some point I'm putting my head down. I'm putting pressure on the referees to call fouls so I can get a rhythm free throw or 2. I can get some rhythm plays. Or I'm coming out and I'm establishing myself as an aggressive scorer in this game where you have to guard me. Now when I'm being guarded, I can use that ability to get other people involved to make plays. But in a game 7 in a decider, I'm not trying to be a playmaker if I'm James Harden. I am the play. And if I'm not going to be the play, Kawhi Leonard is going to be the play, and everybody else is going to have to figure it out from there. It's almost like he went into let me get other guys involved mode before you establish yourself. No, you got to establish yourself first. Like even Steph Curry in their game 7. He was still shooting the basketball. Like, was it going his way? Absolutely not. But he was still getting attempts up. He was still being aggressive on the offensive end with establishing himself as Steph Curry early on in this game. And that's what James Harden has to do. And I agree with another point that Chandler just made. You're 35 years old. We don't know how many more opportunities you're going to have to get to the mountaintop. So when you were just there 2 nights ago, that was the perfect opportunity for you to put a lot of this talk to bed. And now we don't do media. Now you don't do these other things. There's so many questions going into this summer again around James Harden in game sevens and him being available and present in playoff basketball.
Yeah,
I almost feel like, go ahead.
leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
After such a great season, all-star, you lead this Clippers team again that kind of exceeded expectations in like a deep competitive West. And then you do this, the media thing bothers me more than the game. Honestly, it's like, come on, man, you're a professional. You're a Hall of Fame
The last
player.
game. It's the
Just
last game.
own
You
it,
gotta do
man.
it.
You're about to be off for 4 or 5 months. Just do it. And it's not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be easy, but whatever. This is the media's last chance to kind of get to ask you these kind of questions. So again, I don't want to just belittle his whole season, and he's a heck of a player, but the Clippers would have been okay with him taking 20 shots and betting 4 or 5 for 20. And they just you just need that from your star player, and they didn't give it to him.